And we're live. Mikey's in the background. Say hey.
Hello.
I'll probably introduce him again because we gotta wait for people to show up. So we have been up to our eyeballs in preparing and building just everything that has to do with putting together a product. I'll put it that way. There's a lot of work involved in it. It's a learning curve. I'll just put it that way. There's a huge learning curve. Trying to figure out all the little bits and pieces and all that you have to do. So, got anybody showing up yet? Watch it. Is that me?
It might be. I don't know.
It might be me. Okay. Anyway, I'll say again, howdy howdy. This is Clara Lawrence. Okay. So what we were doing is I've gotten a lot of requests for alcohol dyes from doing some demos down at Rhonda's at RK3 Designs as well as you guys. And so we're starting to put together a product, and it is taking a little bit to do all the little parts and stuff. So bear with us. It is definitely a process. However, I'm doing a series of lives where we're demoing 3 different colors. Usually there's 2 new colors and then metallic to go with it, just to keep it simple and how the colors interact together. So I show them separately and then I show them together. So how I do my lives is the first part we kind of say hey and greetings and stuff and give you kind of an overall view, and then I'll do another start of the live, and then we actually do the tutorial of it, and then we'll do the first ending and
An after show.
Huh?
An after show thing.
And then a backstage kind of thing, goofing off kind of thing. And so any of the questions that you throw into chat, feel free to do that. I'll answer them at the backstage portion of it at the end. So, and maybe show you some projects that I'm working on, that kind of little tidbits, a little bit more of a casual environment kind of thing. And then after it's been up for a few days, I'll trim it so that it removes the first and the back part of it. So
we got some people.
We got people. Hello, everybody. Thanks for showing up. So maybe we should start. Oh, we got Julie and Tim. Here I am squinting at the chat because my glasses are on top of my head. I know you guys do that too. Let's see. Hey, everybody. Mikey, say hey.
Hello.
Taria's here as well. Hi, thanks for joining in. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple new colors today. I've got, I developed several grays. So there's a cool gray, a warm gray, and kind of a neutral gray. And then I've got the peacock, because I put up the little poll and everybody voted for the peacock. It was kind of an overwhelming, everybody wants the blue-green. And then I figured that the gold essence color would be a good one to throw in with the blue-green color. So that's the colors we're working on today. So anyway, we're about to get started. So that's the one that has the floating gray particles. They might be able to see it if you tilt it to the side. And then this is gray, which is not real exciting to see, but it's gray. But I wanted to definitely have some good gray neutrals in there because you never know when you need those. And they're one of those things that help bring up a color. If you want to show more attention to the color and stuff, it's a good accent color to go with it. Okay, hopefully the tongue behaves a little bit. Yep. Okay, so now I'm going to start my video. Howdy howdy, this is Clara Lawrence. We're going to start with a 3-color video. And 2 new colors I got today is Peacock and Cool Gray. So I'm going to swatch out some colors and we're going to get right to it. So these are alcohol dyes. I'm going to put a little bit of alcohol just to get it moving. And this works with both resin as well as just straight on with art applications. Can we get closer in on the color? Yep. Okay. That's a real pretty blue-green there. And then this is a nice neutral, cool gray, which I made a mess. But if anybody knows me, that's fairly normal. And I love grays for creating wispy looks. They usually do a really good job with those. And this right here is the reason why you play around with warm grays and cool grays. And you see you can bring in some of the blue undertones. And naturally these colors will work together real nicely. Real nicely. Rather nicely. Kind of nicely. I don't know. One day it'll get better. And then this is my gold essence. My floating gold. See the sparkle bits?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, now to get busy and throw some color down. Now you've got a new, and hopefully I'll show you guys in the next couple days. Got little bit balls in here to help out with the mixing, and sometimes it interferes with the pouring. I'm gonna try a little bit less alcohol today. Let's see if that. So these dyes are a really concentrated dye that I use. And sometimes they grab to the board real quick. Sometimes they don't. They're meant for going into resin, which is why I chose them, because people with, if you were doing countertops, will use these also. And we want them to be nice and light fast. So in order to change a product, you end up learning how to work with it. Every product or any kind of medium has its ups and downs. Pros and cons and stuff. So you just learn how to work with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like artists have hundreds of mediums to play around with. There's a medium called gouache. I don't know, me and gouache, we never got along. We had lots of talks, never got along.
So what colors are you using again?
This is Peacock and a cool gray, and then gold essence, which I'm about to add shortly. Get some of that in there now. A little bit. So I've got my board on a little turntable that's like a OXO brand, and it works rather well. As you see, it's very spinny. Is that a technical term, spinny?
Oh,
Get this. And I use my dryer back and forth to just kind of direct the colors where I want it to go. And use 91% alcohol to help the colors move. And this right here is why I call it peacock, because some of the areas you'll get in there, it has a real pretty blue-green. Let's see if I can lighten up this zone a little bit.
So what are you doing there?
Just adding a little bit of an accent. Giving this middle area here a chance to evaporate a little bit. So I thought I'd work on the soft side. I'm just kind of pushing it back and forth until I get it how I want it. If I don't like it, add a little bit more alcohol to it and keep working. Let's see, a little bit right there. And the reason I'm putting it right here is I'm going to reactivate this line so I can get rid of some of the bumps to where it's a little bit more visually appealing. And since it's a little thicker, it's going to be a little darker. I did not really mean to do that.
Whoops. Too much color there?
A little bit too much color, but that's okay. We're going to make it work. Thin channel, just for it to follow that little river there. If you're getting a lot of fingers like this and you don't like them, you don't want them there, you may want to pull back your dryer a little bit. It's just probably adding a little bit too much pressure on that point, and it wants to flare out. Now, if you're trying to go for that effect, that's exactly what you do is you bring your dryer in closer. There we go. Happy with that. We'll work on this area just tiny bit. Is that gonna be okay if it's horizontal for you?
We shall see.
Okay. A tiny bit of gold here. I'm just trying to bring color out a little bit, push it back, bring it back, push it back. And now I'm trying to incorporate the color into it, being the saturated color, so it looks like it's part of the piece instead of me just making it lighter. Now this cool gray and just cool gray and a metallic, any kind of like a brass, a silver, or copper. It's really pretty. Because it gives you that slight hue of the blue, but also the nice neutral gray in there. And it's a very pretty combination. Even if you don't use a third color in there, you'll get combinations like right in this zone. And that's a very nice, subtle, very elegant look to it. All right, what I'm going to try and do here is I pour the alcohol further away, and I'm going to scooch it in and hopefully kiss that area a little bit and try to fan it out. It's a little harder to do. It is possible. That's in my... And you just move it back and forth a little bit, a couple of times just to get it to reactivate. Over there. And you can see the colors reactivating and coming out. Alcohol wants to go sideways, so we're going to work with the alcohol instead of against it. Sometimes it's less frustrating. Just trying to very gently try to get it up in that area. So it's just changing the pressure a little bit. Sometimes we'll cheat. Try to connect that. Hey, we are getting there. I did want to make a drop stain, so that's why I moved it with my finger just a little bit. Just adding little hints of color. It's hard doing subtle. Especially for a person like me who likes to do lots of color. Sometimes it's really hard to do subtle. Alright. I'm wanting this to get a little darker. Hopefully I don't overdo it too much. Yep, like that. Meant to do that.
All part of the plan.
All part of the plan. That was one that really... Now I'm working with two puddles. Ah! Is that even possible? I don't know. Alright, I wanted to build up contrast a little bit and have a darker river going through it. And that's what I'm working on now. This is where you can build color. Because it will reactivate the colors underneath and pick them up, move them along. There we go, guys. Get it out of there. There we go. We're almost done. Fix that little tail.
Stubborn tail.
Stubborn little tail. He's bugging me. The tail bugging me. All right, now it's gonna be more instead of less. You ever have a spot in your piece that frustrates you and you have to work it through? Some pieces will frustrate you a little bit more than others. Some come together really quickly.
It's gonna be an area where you work at it a lot. It ends up just
It could be. It could end up being my favorite part. You know, who knows?
Very true.
All right, I'm gonna let that dry like that. I think that works. What do you think?
Ooh, that's pretty.
So little bits of gold. Looks like it's almost like multiple colors more than the 3. When you get with the colors that I used to make the peacock originally, and then the colors that I used to make the cool blue, it brings out a lot of complexities. And alcohol inks will also do the same kind of thing as well. You'll start to see the breakdown, especially when you use blacks, and even blacks from different companies. You'll see different colors come out of it. So that's why it's fun to work with the blacks or the grays and stuff like that, because you can get these bonus colors that are really cool. All right, so check out our website, ClaraLawrence.com. Gonna have alcohol dyes up soon as we can figure out all the packaging, all the things that are involved with putting out a product. They'll be out soon. So look for, subscribe and look for notices. I think we're gonna be putting up an email list coming up soon, which will put announcements out there too. So any kind of like a batch of new colors or a new feature video, things like that. So check us out. Thanks, guys. Later. All right.
This turned out awesome.
We are on to backstage. So if we got any questions, now's the time to do it. Let's see. Oh, the blue-gray seems to be a hit. Hi, Susan. Let's see who else joined in. We have, Janice showed up and Cindy. Hello. Okay, let's see. Love the floating metallic. What gold was that? Also, if you please, can you use resin? If you can use resin dyes, can you also use, resin paste. Resin paste, they add other elements into resin paste that don't really work well with creating alcohol inks. There's actually parts of resin that are added into the paste. So yeah, that's no bueno. We have tried to mess around with that, and that didn't work out very well. So the dyes seem to work out okay, and they seem to be reacting to water, and I'm kind of curious on whether or not they can be used as a watercolor too. So who knows on that part. The board itself is actually a cradle board that I get from Jerry's Artorama. It's one of their pre-gessoed boards. I think it's the Da Vinci line. But yeah, the alcohol inks and dyes work really well on that. You just basically open up the package and throw some color at it, and it works out great. It can also be resined on top of that. And remember, if you guys use any of the ones that have mica powders, or, well, I guess just a good common sense thing is whenever you use any kind of alcohol inks or dyes, make sure you do a spray sealant that is matte before you proceed to the next step. So yeah, especially important on that part. Let's see what else we got. Julie, you're absolutely correct.
Got some new questions too.
I do. What size board? I believe this was a 12 by 16. So yeah. And how do you seal it? Matte sealers, I use an archival spray. So there have been some people that have been just using a clear matte spray, and I think that's fine too. Just put on some light coats and build up a couple light layers, and then you should be good to go.
And here's the board.
And they come in a couple different thicknesses. I believe one of them is about a 2-inch or 2.5-inch thickness, and then the thinner one, which is about 3/4 of an inch. But I've been using them for a while, and they do super sales, and their super sales are pretty good. So definitely check that out. They have also like little bitty guys, like you can get little 4x4s, which are perfect for like a little mini art canvas, or could be a coaster too. So it's like you can stick it up on the wall. It's like, oh, there's art, and then you put it down on your table. I'm gonna use it for coaster. So I have done that before. So we've been show you some background stuff here. What we've been doing. We've been working on the logo, and this is part of the logo. Trying to do some art techniques in the background that I want to incorporate into the logo of the alcohol ink. So I've been using my crosshatch stuff, and then some painting swipe, and then of course one that looks like alcohol dye. So yeah, I'm getting bottles and trying to do mixes, and ooh, there's a lot to do when you put a product out. I had no idea. In fact, Mikey and I are been doing a lot of brainstorming and how to even just lay out a label. I mean, seriously, a label?
Well, a ton.
Right?
A ton of brainstorming.
I know. So, oh, and I have a question for you guys. So, what I'm thinking of, let's see. So, traditional, you want to get in close on this? Hmm? Traditional alcohol ink bottles are about a 1/2 ounce. And these guys here, which you've seen me use, are about twice that size. They're a full ounce. So, I know that this market that I'm doing is gravitating towards 2 different type of groups. One the professionals and one the artists. So we thought about putting out 2 different sizes. Like these are the bottles we're going to be using. And so this is an ounce, and then we have a 1/2 ounce version that's this size. Which do you guys prefer, just as far as, your personal choice and what you'd be interested in on that part? Because I would imagine countertops people, they're going to be using a lot more because of, a bigger surface area. But then again, people like me, when you got to play with the colors, you kind of want all the colors. Yeah. Let's see. Janice is a bigger, please. Girl after my own heart. Alrighty.
The more color, the merrier.
Yeah, right? The more color, the merrier. Any colors that you guys are interested in me exploring as far as mixing up, let me know. So that would be cool. Naturals in larger bottles. That's actually not a bad idea. Because I would imagine, especially that with the countertops people, that would be a big one. And so I've got a bunch of brown tones going, from everything from a very neutral brown, a yellow brown, into a red kind of tone. So that'll work out pretty good. Mm-hmm. Evelyn showed up. Hey, Evelyn. So, alrighty. I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Check out the website. And hopefully sign up for the emails, because like I said, I don't know when they're coming out. We're trying really hard to get them worked out, at least so we can start sending out some batches, and then maybe tweak out labels later. I'm a graphic artist at heart, so doing graphic arts, I'm always going to be futzing around with it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, sign up for that, and we'll send you out notifications when they're ready on the site. So ClaraLawrenceArt.com. See you guys later.
See ya.